Welcome to the NGage Demonstration. NGage is a collection of software tools that interface with your ENPS. These tools primarily include NCMOS, which involves the playlist that interfaces to your run orders. Here we see 4 video ports. These video ports can be configured in any way you'd like, and in this example, 3 of them are used as players and 1 is used as a recorder. First, click on the Run Order button and choose the run order that you'd like to implement. In this case, we'll choose New. This particular version of NGage ensures that everything is always in ABC mode. You could select A mode, B mode, ABC mode, or even ABCD mode, although most stations reserve their 4th port for recordings. The GUI displays the upcoming event to play, along with the media ID and the slug. In the right-hand corner, you can observe the actual countdown from the automation. If you are currently in a commercial break, this represents the break duration on your clock, commencing with an approximate 2-minute countdown. This allows the operator to synchronize with the studio. Take note of the icon on the left, where you can view a video and the associated icon representing what's queued or scheduled to play next. The next video along the left column is currently playing. If we click the play button located here, channel A starts, then queues up the next item. You can see the actual count up and the count down. These counters are optional. They can be left in or removed at the operator's discretion. Here at the top, the next item to play is B. In this case, if we click B, then the play button again, B will be activated. If we click B once again, C will roll. We also see a stream deck at this location, and you can see the manner the buttons are essentially set up. The upper left corner of the stream deck contains a Play Next button. The next waiting playlist is activated when the Play Next button is clicked. The double play button allows you to run 2 playlists simultaneously. In this way, you can generate a key fill or include other effects. Clicking the Stop button immediately halts anything currently playing while queuing up the first frame of the next video. This allows you to observe the monitor and see what's coming up. We also see preview buttons at this location. We can click the up and down arrows to move through the schedule remotely, bypassing the mouse if wanted. We can cursor up or down through the schedule in this way. Clicking the Queue Select button allows the next event to play in that order. In this example, Channel C will play next. Preview buttons are available at this location. Clicking Preview A activates the content that's currently ready. We can observe the upper left monitor and see this activity. However, if we click the Play button, then roll C and A, video will immediately start playing from the first frame. All the needed tools are provided. If you load a schedule and want to go through and check everything, just keep using the Play button, watching, and making sure that it's playing what you want. When you're done and getting close to air, you can click the Requeue First button, returning you to a ready-to-play state. There's another way to look at this using one of the other software tools that's included, called Infinity View. If you ever want to actually view a specific video, in our example, the Crossville stabbing victim, double-click the item, which will bring it up in the window at the right. This is a convenient way to quickly display video content. Or you can click another item. It will show you the content of that particular video, allowing you to verify that you're playing the right video on the right day and the right time. When you're done with that schedule, you can either move above and close it, or you can load the next schedule, which in this case would be 5:30 p.m. The program will rebuild it, queue it up, and get it ready to go. That's the basic functionality of ENPS. Let's describe the 3 different types of interfaces that are possible. This is ABC mode, the mode that's almost exclusively used. If we refer to our ENPS, we see that A8 is currently playing from channel C and A6 is playing from A. So if we make any change to the schedule here, such as floating A8, we see that it's automatically back in ABC mode. We see that after A8 was floated, the layout has returned to ABC mode. If A8 is reinserted, it has returned to its original location. ABC mode is always maintained, even following edit changes or moving items from the schedule. We'll now change the configuration to a different mode. This is auto-assigning in A/B mode across the 3 channels and not waiting for the customer to do it. Now we should be able to float D6 here and indicate within ENPS that we'll delete D6 and perform another float. Now we see that D6 has disappeared. Now if we float D5, return to this window and replace it, D5 has returned, it just doesn't contain the actual D5 indicator. What we have in this particular configuration is all channels being controlled by their own playlist. If we open up the run order now, we're going to see that it's going to auto-assign these to put all the A's along with everything else in A/B mode. This does not auto-assign the program. For the stations that want to auto-assign, it'll come up by default, everything in channel A. The customer will need to go over here, the drop-down column displayed, and change that to channel B. This column, referenced, will need to be manually changed. Those are the 3 GUIs along with their basic functionality. When the program loads the playlist at runtime, it will place each in ABC mode. If an item is dropped from that point forward, the layout may fall out of ABC mode. The basic idea is, through the interface, changes are made through ENPS. We have 2 different ways of bringing the media in. One is the previously demonstrated auto-create functionality, but the other one is just to copy it. Or when you're finished compiling your video, we can automatically analyze it and pull it over for you, which is the fastest way since it doesn't need to be transcoded. Another tool within the program includes the ability to record. To perform a cut-in, you load in your cut-in schedule, type in a name, then click Record Cue to ready the process. This allows an audible countdown to ready the team. Click the record button when you're ready. Click the stop button when the recording is complete. One advantage here is that the recording is sent to a common file system. This allows the editors to have immediate access when needed, or to simply place on the automation video server. In any case, the file is ready when the stop button is clicked. This is called Nexus, and you can see it's not a very elaborate layout as far as the GUI is concerned, but it's a very powerful piece of software. This is what allows you to export media anywhere needed from an edit station. This can actually originate from the workstation or a file system while monitoring the specific file system. The second the media is ready, this will see that it's done and immediately move it on to the video server. But prior to the video server, Nexus will make sure that it's in broadcast standard frame rate and that it contains the correct audio at 48 kilohertz. It will ensure the file size is realistic, and if it finds anything wrong, it will perform the needed fix. If the program doesn't find anything wrong, it will move it on to the server. Your media is ready for air almost instantly. The basic idea here is an interface to ENPS. We'll load a sample schedule for this example. This particular example contains an AP 11 p.m. news. We've already frozen the numbers and we've made it active as a traditional ENPS operation. What we'll do in this example is open up our plugin, which comes in 2 different phases. What you'll get is a list of all the media and the duration of that media we can go through and try to find, using a search routine. And if I double-click on that, it now opens it up in a different plugin, which allows us to preview this media. There are two actions that go along with the plugin. We double-click the event in the center right, drag it into the playlist, then review the media. The other method involves opening this drop-down list and selecting a clip, then selecting a clip to play. And then if we would like to drag that into a story, we can simply drag it up above and the program will place it into the correct spot. If they're going to take media, there are two different ways of getting media into the system. If we attempt to insert a new event, provide a name, we'll define it as a voiceover for our example, then define the event as a MOS object created from the drop-down menu. What that has done is created a placeholder. We can go ahead and insert a story here, then select N-version MOS from the drop-down menu, and the result is the creation of an N-version story. What we've accomplished in our story is we have provided today's date so that later it can be archived and easily searched. We have many different options for you to complete this task. Let's continue with locating some media. Let's assume the clip we're selecting was manufactured or created. After the clip has been produced, it can be dragged into the placeholder subdirectory. Then you will drag it from your worktop into this subdirectory. And there it is. You can see it has now moved from nversion.story, and we see the event flashing, and the program has renamed it nversion story SOT060923. The interface is indicating that it's ready, as we've added the item to the system. And there it is. We can double-click the item. We can now look for nversion story, and we can drag it up into this schedule. This represents a traditional workflow. We also have an archive solution which is called nStore. Clicking the Query button will display all available clips. In this example, there are 150,377 clips. Clicking the Next button will display the next 10 of a total of 150,377. If you'd like to locate all events on a certain date, in this case January 4th, we can place the date at the top, then see a list of everything that's happened on that date. We also have a keyword search, which is generated from the scripts that come down. In this example, we see all events associated with Biden and Trump. When we click the Query button, we see that we have 155 stories over the 10 years that contain the words Biden and Trump. If we wanted to be more discriminating in a search for Biden, Trump, and Sanders, we'd start the search this way. Now we see all stories associated with Biden, Trump, and Sanders, in this case, a total of 6. Double-clicking on one of the stories produces an information dialog. Normally, we're able to play the video from this spot when available. So you can see we've taken the scripts, placed them at this location, and we're using the scripts to generate the keywords that are used for our search engine. If you wanted to transfer or export this content, the destination would be indicated with the provided drop-down menu. In this case, there may be one or multiple EDS stations. Once indicated, we click the Transfer button and the file move will commence. File size is only 69 megabytes, which should complete very quickly. So that's the basic idea behind the archive. Alternatively, if you wanted to perform a name-only search, you could simply enter Bernie, and this will give you a list of everything that contains a reference to Bernie as the name itself or the name within the media. So in this case, we've completed multiple searches using different keyword parameters. This concludes our brief NGage operational demo. For more information or answers to specific questions, please call 801-293-8420.